Oh, thank you for the text messages along with our Ctas coverage. Have a lovely lunch, Carmen. All right, number one all the way. Here we go. Oh, man, this is just something else. 65s on the track. This is my heaven. I saw this for the first time. In fact, and seeing Mike, and seeing Mike here today reminds me of the first time with myself and Dave, 2004, and we commentated the British Youth Motocross Championships at a place called Carlisle, right up almost on the Scottish border. Beautiful little town, and Dave and I were there commentating racing. There was a kid on the day, his name was Luke Remmer. I will never ever forget the guy. I've followed him through his racing. He achieved some great success in UK and did a little bit in Europe and around the world. Oh, there we are. One to go off the track, a little bit wild there. But this kid on a 65 blew me away to see what you could ride on a 65, and we had not seen that on our tracks. That is coming up 19 years ago. And to see this kid in action, I thought, on a 65 was just fabulous. And that really said, 65s have got a place on these big tracks. And we've slowly but surely done it, but they were doing it then back in 2004, and a memory I will never forget. And long may it continue to see little riders on what is truly, a big track. To put a 65 on a track like this, made with ruts and bumps like other tracks have done, is absolutely superb. So I just love it. 65s. This is their place. This is where we love them. This is where they end up. And this is their foot into the door of some big-time junior and senior motocross to come. 65s on the big track. Gotta love them. Here we go. Number one all the way. Look at that. Hey, how good. Yes, indeed, the world of our 65s. We've been talking about him. And there's none better in the world than this man, courtesy of Forest Services and Training, our 65 lineup. It is the number one out there of Jagger Townley. The Jagger, of course, busy young man today and doing step up with 65 and 85 racing. Of course, brother Levi, he's been doing 85 with 125, so they've both been double classing today. And all the factory mechanics in there. Shout out to Brian, shout out to Grant, shout out to Ben. Not that Ben will be doing much, but anyway, you get the idea. I just take a little bit of the proverbial out of that one. But those granddads are something else, I can tell you. Huge amount of respect for both those gentlemen and all of what they did for their own kids back in their motocross day. Oh, so many cool memories. And thanks to GT for your time spent today. Awesome to catch up. Hey, here we go. We've got more of our little kids on the track. There's some of them that want to do it, and there's some that don't. Now, when I say that, I say that in the nicest possible way, because they say to themselves that they want to do it, but they're not. It doesn't matter where they are in the race. These are the ones that psychologically say, on this same bike, they could be back over on the mini track. That's the point I'm trying to make. And if you're the kid today that's last, I want to know who your name is, and I want to say well done, because he could have been first or something else or whatever other placing on the other track, but he wanted to be here, and that's the real difference. He wanted to get out there. And if you've ended up in last place, which I used to in moto, I think it's just outstanding. I knew the effort I did, and my mate said all I wanted to do was beat my mate. That's all I ever wanted to do in motocross. If I didn't beat him, well, it was my shout. If it was I beat him, it was his shout. The fun we had was incredible. Never to be forgotten what moto is all about. Fun, F-U-N, that's a word for it. And these kids are having fun, and I hope that those kids that are at the back of the field are having just as much fun. Yeah, winning is special. There's something else about it. But, man, you can have so much fun further back as well. And these kids are having that. The adventure that they're striking up, the mentality of these kids, they're 8, they're 9, they're 10, and maybe 11 years of age. It's incredible what they're doing on a motorcycle. Hell, I couldn't even ride a push bike this well, let alone get on a machine that had a motor in it. I think I was, for my 8th birthday, I got a lawnmower. I always remember that. I got a real lawnmower given to me for my 8th birthday. My father said, you're old enough to mow the lawn, so he bought me a birthday. I've always said to people, I got that for my birthday, and some people said they don't even believe me, and I've never heard of anybody else that got a lawnmower for their birthday. I'm talking about a motorised one, folks. It wasn't a push mower. I'd already been using a push one. This one had the motor in it. And so it was a matter of, well, I wanted something else with a motor in it, but that was another story. Although I'm saying that he did lend me a few bob to buy one of my, or 2 of my bikes actually. He loaned me some money so I could buy some motorbikes when I was an adult. But that's it. All right, 67, 66 and 48. They're all rocking it out through here. the Forest Services and Training. And I want to talk about more of those riders. You know, it's about the Benji Ruck and the Max Wrights and the Miller Spence and the Corbin Fletchers. Hey, cool kids further back in the field. So many of them. When you've got a field of 30, you heard over 30 in this lineup. It is just sensational to see. So well done. They don't have to sacrifice their mini ride. They can go back onto 65s if they so desire as well. 65s, little Josh Jennings out here, the local man. He's almost probably the closest rider to the track, is he? Number 1608 down here as well for Max Alsby. Hopefully we pronounced that right, on the EMS Rotorua, supported YZ65. All right, so on this race at the moment, number 1 to go with our front runner is the number 1 NZ. Great to have him with us, Jager Townley. Proud to put that number on his bike, and he's riding it with excellence and professionalism as success here today. 17 spotted Kobe Carroll out there. 112 as well with Finn Baker out of Whakatane on the Rock Oil Leishman Electrical of Rotorua, supported by 6 Go Mighty Nixon. Yes, indeed, the next legacy, the fabulous Coppins family and young Nixon. He's got big sisters back home that rule the roost, but he's the one that likes to come to New Zealand and ride with Dad. And special shout out, as we mentioned before, to grandparents Mike and Paul are here today. Special people that have made a huge commitment to our sport. In fact, if I had half an hour, I'd tell you how much of a commitment they've made to our sport at a world-class level as well. So fabulous people that we know and respect, and lovely to see them enjoying a Christmas summer. Of all things, very different. All right, 24-24 to go for it for Charlie Hodgkinson. Well done, Charlie. 71. And picking up on more of our names and numbers in the group this time. And I think that's Samuel. Yeah, Samuel Gray out of Tikawiti in the beautiful King Country. 808 now with Ryder van der Hayden from Otrahonga on the King Build, supported Gas MZ65, number 24 as well. That is young Theo Cockrell out of Mercer on the Mooka Flats supported machine. 48 there's another one, Miller Spence from Edgecombe, just down the road, along with 86. We're picking him up here. We'll have our front runners with us shortly. 67 we can spot. 31, there we are. There's the white flag. 1 to go, and it is Jager Townley. Jager's got it all. Where's second? Here it is. 16 on the bike, 2 on the back of the gear, or is it back? He's got the 16 this time. So it's Connor. He's got it both on his bike and his gear. It's just in the program that he shows as being number 2. But there we go with the flying man in Connor Feather. Looking out here now, 411 for Levi Rogers out of Tokoroa. And hopefully, if it all goes according to plan, we're looking for the number 26, because Nico has been there in that 4th place. Will it be Nico? Maybe it's somebody else. We're about to find out. Here we are. 112 for Finn. Yeah, Finn Baker. Finn will be the one. So Finn Baker's moved up a place as we look out there for the 08 of Max. Here's Nixon this time on the number 6 bike. So I think that's going to be almost about that placing. It is the placing. Bike 6 for place 6. So well done for Nixon. Loves the famous number 6, the same italic graphic as Super Dad Josh has used in his many years of professional motocross as well. So pretty cool to see the man on the 65 go. Nixon, Jager, Connor, Nico, Levi. Nico was up there in 3rd. My apologies when I said I'd missed him. I just had them the other way around. My mistake. As we then updated with those other results with Finn and Nixon. And our Max Forest Services and Training can't do without the sponsor of Massive thing. You know, that's not even a local business, folks. Forest Services and Training is based out of Wanganui. And here they are supporting this fantastic Bay of Plenty Motorcycle Club today. So thank you, Forest Services and Training. Really appreciate you as a sponsor saying, hey, we want to support the sport as a business. And they can do that here today. Right, 71, 32, 22, 68, I think there will be. Yeah, Jackson Black up there. Good effort from Jackson out of Hastings. There we go, number 1 for the checkered flag. Number 1 and going hard and fast all the way. Number 1 to do it. Here's our 16 coming up for Connor. So 1 has been a great victory for him. 16 will get the second. Loving that as we head towards the feature finish line. The Tony Reeves Motorcycles Honda Hill with 67 on board. Ocean Ford time now at 13 past 2, folks. 26, there's Nico, got Nico all the way. Nico Verhoeven, I missed him last time, my apologies, but I've got him now. Oh, and when it goes up onto the front wheel, balances on the front wheel, pirouettes on the front wheel, almost goes off on the front wheel, but stays on the bike. So good exit there. All right, so Jagger in our lot, also Corbin, Jack Huggins, Max Wright, Cody Davison out there as well. So many of these cool kids. Where's little Jackson, number 38 as well. See, I'm in the Jackson fan club because Jackson comes and helps me at events as well. Go Jackson, here he is, number 38 across the line, so good work from Jackson Stagg there. And there's Nixon, so Nixon gets that finish. Has he still got the 6th place? Did he still get 6th in the end? Yes it was, well done. Jagger, Connor, Nico, Levi, Finn and Nixon. Ahead of Case, Jack, Charlie and Samuel. They should be the update that we've got at the moment. Checking out those other results, Jackson got the 22nd. In fact, Jackson Black, Jackson Stagg, 2 in the row ahead of Leo, Josh and Cody. So there you have an update for our Forest Service and Training Pro 65.